Welcome to the Patriots lab, where we ain't even trying to, we make them liberals mad. Cause freedom of speech is what us individuals have. It's the gift when we gab, talking about things that the brainwash cannot mentally grasp, like staying loud and waving our American flags. This is for the free thinkers, wearing their MAGA and wearing the cags. Draining the swamp is the ultimate goal, but the sheeple will swear it's a fad, like it's just a phrase. But when we show them the facts, the fools got nothing to say. And deep government state wanna get up in our face, but hasn't done it yet cause Trump's in the way, trying to protect us from a troublesome fate. And because of that, we'll never lose our faith, plus God keeping us cool and safe. But I still hope we get 4 more years so we could throw a huge parade. I can see it now, Patriots on a float, and POTUS will go down in history as one of the GOATs, for making the swamp pay for taking every one of his votes. His enemies are the cancer, whether or not Trump give him the smoke. Now relax it back and take notes, as we kick facts with the homie Ray though. Speak your mind in the Patriots lab. It's freedom time in the Patriots lab, where we ain't even trying to, we make them liberals mad. I said speak your mind in the Patriots lab. It's freedom time in the Patriots lab, where we not even trying to, we make them liberals mad. I said, speak your mind in the Patriots lab. It's freedom time in the Patriots lab, where we not even trying to, we make them liberals mad. Speak your mind, it's freedom time. Without even trying to, we make them liberals mad.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Good afternoon, people, patriots, whoever you consider yourself to be. This is your man, and this is the afternoon in the lab. Let me see, make sure I get everything right up here. Okay, let me get to it. While I'm getting into it, y'all make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, ring that bell so y'all can get these instant notifications. I just gotta make sure I got everything together. Make sure I'm situated before we get in to this afternoon show. Okay, I think I got Mama Mona with me this afternoon. Miss Bug Tussler, she is here. Hello, hello. How are you? How are you, Mama Mona, today?
I'm doing good. I'm staying cool.
What's
That's
the
the
weather
number
like
one.
out your way?
Oh, honey, it's right at this moment. It's 91 degrees and expected to go up over 100. And we're going to have a heat index today, probably of 109.
Wow.
So I'm staying in the house with the
You
air
gonna
conditioner.
you gonna stay in the house?
Yeah, I'm staying in the house today. Uh, I don't do that heat very well.
You don't do the heat too
That's
well.
why I got rid of the hair. I don't do heat well.
Well, I tell you what, we gonna start out the show today with the tale of the tape. I don't know if you've been tuning in, if you've been listening, but it seems that we have a mega main event in the works. So as you can see, we have Mr. Elon Musk himself, the what would you call him, the social media mogul over at Twitter, the founder of Tesla, and others. Stands at 6'1", coming in at 187 pounds, and the man is striving to reach 52. I don't know if he should take this match. He might not make it, but you can see he's 51 years of age,
Yeah.
51, and he's worth a hundred 155. No, what's that? The IQ? I don't know about the IQ. What's the IQ's all about? Before we
IQ is
get,
his intelligent quotient.
well, I
Is
don't know.
he's rating at 155. Mine is 183, so I got him beat. That's how much you're able
Well,
to
I'll
see
take
of
his
your
bank
brain.
account over your IQ any day. But
Yeah, his bank
he's got a
account.
youngster to the other side who's 39 years old. Now he's a little bit underweight. He's a little bit underweight. So this is a light heavyweight going up against a heavyweight, and he's a little bit shorter, but he's a little bit younger. Might be a little bit faster. But it has come to the attention that they really want to do this, Mama Mona. They really want to get out here and
And beat each other up in a cage, huh?
yeah, yeah, they want to do it. But you know, hey, I got some video. I'm trying to put a montage together of these two for the night show, and they look like they got some. Well, especially Elon. He looked like he got some takedown capabilities. He really looked like he got some takedown capabilities. So I don't think Marky Mark should be taking Elon too lightly.
Well, the thing
You
is,
know them foreigners. Them
never
foreigners.
never underestimate the lightweight squirreliness of a younger kid, you know.
Yeah, but Elon put them Elon man hands. Come on now, I don't know.
Age and wisdom versus
But
youth and ignorance.
but
That's
it's
what
also it's also a different generation. Now I can see Elon growing up probably having to do some work, do some hands-on work
yeah.
to get what he's getting. Now Marky Mark, he's this new breed. I don't think he ain't touched nothing but a keypad his whole life. I believe.
Right.
I don't believe he ever had to put a
Built
fry in the
house
bag.
or got his hands dirty.
Oh my goodness. But
Bet there ain't a callus on those hands nowhere.
remember, if y'all want to get on to today's podcast, we're gonna have a good one today. Just send your man a DM, let me know, and I'll send you the invite. I am having a bad time with Facebook and YouTube right now, and so the notifications are not being sent out. So in a way, I feel good because I thought I was being just ignored, but it seems that I'm not being shared by Facebook or YouTube right now. AJ Southwell, good morning. Good morning. Welcome into the Patriots Lab. Well, without further ado, before we go on and get started any further, the first place I'm going to start, and we're all aware of both of the cases that went down in the New York City subway transit facility. But to bring context to what I want to talk about today, I will first we're going to show you the clip of Daniel Penny, and then we will show you the clip directly after that involving Jordan Williams. So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and this is, like I told you, I'm my own engineer, so I didn't mean to do that, but I did it anyway. Let's see if we can get those up there. I'm moving as fast as I can, people.
That's all right.
Believe
I'm
me,
gonna
I
grab
am.
you a drink while you do that.
Yeah, you go ahead and grab you a drink.
More charges for the Marine veteran seen on video holding Jordan Neely in a chokehold until he died on a subway train. CBS 2's Jessica Moore was in the courtroom today as the indictment against Daniel Penny was unsealed.
Not a word from Daniel Penny as he walked into Manhattan criminal court for today's arraignment. The newly unsealed indictment reveals 2 charges: second-degree manslaughter and criminally negligent homicide.
From now on, when justice happens, don't be surprised and don't be shocked.
The 24-year-old Marine veteran pleaded not guilty to both charges connected to the May 1st chokehold death of Jordan Neely on an F train, which was caught on camera.
Danny won't be the only one on trial. The right and duty to defend one another will be on trial too. So our legal team at Razor and Kniff is ready to fight for Danny and for every New Yorker's right and duty to defend each other when faced with grave harm.
Neely was a 30-year-old subway performer who had been homeless and had a history of mental illness. Penny told investigators Neely was threatening passengers on the train and acting erratically. His lawyers say Penny was acting in self-defense and never intended to kill Neely. According to court records, Penny held Neely in a chokehold for several minutes, even after he had stopped moving. As outraged protesters demanded Penny face charges, others came to his defense, raising $3 million to cover his legal expenses.
We're all witnesses. We're witnessing that even $3 million, even a legal defense fund, even interviews that took place weeks before this happened, can't make justice look the other way.
If convicted on both counts, Penny faces up to 19 years in prison. He's due back in court on October 25th. Jessica Moore, CBS 2 News.
Okay, now you see we have that one there. Now we see where they're going with that. And let me see here. I was looking for the other one I had up here. I did have one up here. Let's see if we can get it. I don't know if I got it up here or not. And it looked like it took it away from me. But I'm going to bring it up real quick, so y'all have to bear with me here. They always do this to me. Hold on one second. Because I want to show you the difference on how they did this. Okay, it should be right over here somewhere. Okay. Okay, I got it up here now. So now I'm going to have to retrieve it. I appreciate y'all. While y'all doing it, make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, ring the bell so you can get these instant notifications. And I think I got it now. Let me see. Okay, here we go.
Tell Fox 5 a Brooklyn grand jury has voted to dismiss all counts against Jordan Williams. 20-year-old Williams was charged with manslaughter for fatally stabbing a 36-year-old man who witnesses say was harassing people on the J train in Brooklyn, including Williams' girlfriend. The grand jury says Williams acted in self-defense. Those charges will be formally dropped in court in a day or two. Again, this just in, a grand jury has voted to drop all charges against 20-year-old Jordan Williams.
Okay. So, do I have a problem with this situation? You're damn right I got a problem with this situation. You wonder why I smoke. Because when I see things like this, it stresses me the hell out. So, we had Daniel Penny, Marine veteran, person who's served his country honorably, a New York subway commuter who was on a subway one day, and a deranged person was in his passenger car, threatening people, intimidating people, making terrorist threats, saying he don't care if he goes to jail, if he dies or anything like that. And here we have Daniel Penny willing to put his life on the line, bare hands, how he was trained in the military, and he subdued this individual with assistance from others who have not been charged in this in any way, shape, or form. Has the others that had touched this man, who unfortunately was a fatality in this case, none of the others were charged. We have first-hand account information supporting the defense of Daniel Penny. We have people that say he was a hero who was on the scene with Daniel Penny. And somehow he gets found guilty. He is
Ain't got found guilty yet.
not guilty, but he is what do you call it? He
He's
is indicted.
Yeah.
He is indicted. Not shortly, not long after that, we have another incident on the subway with a gentleman by the name of Jordan Williams, who him and his girlfriend was assaulted. And in the defense of his girlfriend, he takes out a knife and stabs this individual. Now, I don't fault Mr. Williams for standing up to this deranged person. I don't fault him for taking, if he was in fear of, being assaulted himself. I don't fault him for using what he had or whatever he needed to do to defend himself and another person. But what I do have a problem with is how, one, he can have a knife and not be charged, which is against the law in New York State, to have a knife, one. And for two, you can't tell me that his intentions wasn't to hurt this man. Now, Penny, his intentions wasn't to hurt this man. Penny's intention was to subdue this man, and he had the help of others to restrain this person, and unfortunately, something happened. This other man, Jordan Williams, he took out a knife. Now, when you take out a knife or a gun or any type of weapon, you really know and you understand when you get ready to use these things that you are trying to inflict some type of bodily harm and injury, without a shadow of a doubt. Whether minor or major, you're trying to inflict some type of damage intentionally onto another person. But miraculously, his indictment, his charges, they get dropped. Why?
Fair justice system. Period. It's a two-tier justice system.
Where are see, this is what happens. This is what happens when society, one, gets manipulated into the black-white divide, and two, when society gets so used and so accustomed to black-on-black violence. Where are the people out protesting in the street because Jordan Williams was let go and the charges were dropped? He killed somebody. Where are the victims people at? Forget the middleman. Where are the victims people at? Oh, but let it have been a white boy. Let it have been a white boy. You got them all out there not even marching. I don't call that marching. They're just out there reckless. They're just out there loitering and looting. Go ahead, Mama Mona. I don't know about this. This
Well,
is
it reminds me of a young man called Rittenhouse. You know, I mean, it was obvious. It was obvious, all videotape. This was all videotape too. And according to the coroner, the guy the guy that was choked was on massive amount of drugs. And the coroner doesn't believe that he died from the chokehold. They believe he died from the drugs. The man was flipping out. The man was definitely on something, okay, that was messing with his ability to control himself. And when they did the coroner examine him, his larynx wasn't collapsed. He did not die from the chokehold. He died of the overdose of drugs that was in his system, and he just happened to be in a chokehold when the drugs took over. The other one, yeah, he's trying to hurt his girlfriend, and it's a defense thing too. But a knife ain't the way to do it. Okay, this guy just simply went out there and killed somebody, and he spilt blood. The other one spilt no blood. He had no intent of killing the guy. He had intent of subduing him, and it was drugs that killed him, not the chokehold. But the media, oh yeah, well, he was a Marine, you know. He was trained to kill with his bare hands. That's true. But that was not his intent. And it was not what he did. Yes, the man died. But the coroner stated that he died from an overdose of drugs, not from the chokehold. But they're going to push it. The government's going to push it and push it. The leftist, liberal, uh, racist, Marxist people want to make him out to be a demon because he was a Marine. And I think that this is a two-tiered justice system. It's totally unbalanced. You know, it's supposed to be balanced. You know, the lady's supposed to wear a blindfold. Justice wears a blindfold, and everything's equally balanced. Well, that ain't happening. It's so one-sided, okay? And she's got her blindfold up, peeking out one eye, checking out skin color. I think that's totally wrong. I don't care what color your skin is. Wrong is wrong and right is right. And it doesn't matter what your nationality or your pigment is. But the mainstream media don't see it that way. I mean, it's just like did you hear about Taylor yesterday?
no.
Okay, Taylor was up near Obama's house. He was
Yeah, he was on with Oreo. Okay, now I know who you're
he
talking
was
about.
actually retrieving Daniel's stuff. That was Daniel's laptop and Daniel's boots. And he was actually going in there and he actually found Daniel's stuff. But because he's a boondock camper, because he had a gas can in his car, in his vehicle, a gas can. How many of us ride around and have a gas can in our vehicle? I'm guilty. There's a gas can in my truck because I have a generator. How many of us have a piece of rope in our vehicle? Well, they automatically figured that rope is a wick. He had the makings for a Molotov cocktail. Well, I'm sorry, guys. If that's what you judge people on, then I'm guilty. I mean, I have the supplies necessary to build one of those things. That's not what my intent is. My intent is to use that gasoline to run my generator. I use that rope to tie my tent down with. But a jar, some rope, and some gasoline is all it takes to make a Molotov cocktail. So they're claiming that he had the ability to create a Molotov cocktail in his vehicle. And the thing is he was wrong. Don't get me right. I mean, I'm sorry, Taylor was wrong. When he found that bag at that time, he didn't know whose bag it was. And when he found it, he should have left it alone. But no, he had to open it up, put his fingerprints all over everything. And instead of saying, I need to get a picture of Obama's house, I need to get in where I can get a good picture, he was saying, I need to get to where I can make the shot, get the shot. Well, he's talking about a shot from his camera, a photographic shot, but that's not what he said. And that's not what they heard when they saw the video and captured him. We got to really, really watch what we do, folks. That was really dumb. And he already knew he had an active warrant for being in the Capitol building on January 6th.
Yeah, well, that's just dumb. That's I mean,
that was dumb.
Hey, well, we live and we learn, and we just hope that things turn out for the best for him, and that's really all we can do.
The ones that get hurt is his wife and 5 kids that no longer have a daddy.
Well, I mean, we not only have to be careful what we do and what we say. We gotta remember, man. We can't give them an opportunity. We can't give them a reason, because once you give them a reason, they're gonna make a mountain out of a molehill.
The media is making a mountain out of a damn molehill. Okay. And they're blowing it up because they finally got an opportunity, because he was part of our movement. Okay. And he hurt us because the media is just taking and running with this story like it's some big deal. Okay. And it's just like with this Penny guy. I believe it's Penny, the one that they're claiming, the Marine. Isn't that the Penny?
Yeah.
I mean, the man was only doing what we should all do when we see someone trying to hurt someone else or threatening to hurt someone else. You can't wait on a subway train for the next stop for some subway security guard to come in and do something. It could be too late. It's like an active shooter. Sometimes you just can't wait for the cops to arrive to take care of it. A good citizen with a gun, okay, can stop a bad person with a gun quicker and faster than you wait on the cops to come barging in. Okay, by the time, I mean, how long does it take to empty a 50-round clip? It don't take long. And if you've got somebody standing there with a 6-shooter and they're able to take that person out before he fires 50 rounds, well, God bless him, that hero saved a lot of lives. Well, don't be telling how many lives Penny saved on that train that day. That man was deranged. That man was on some really strong drugs of some sort. And he did not have his mind. And he was doing what he needed to do to take control of the situation until they could get to the next stop down the line where security could come in and take. And there was other people there. Like you said, there was other people assisting him in subduing this deranged man. But no, they're going to take him in, parade him in front of the media, find him guilty in the media before he's ever been to trial. Whatever happened to innocent till proven guilty. No, today, the other side, the media, fake media, and the leftists want to That you're guilty till you're proven innocent, and that's not the way it's supposed to be.
Well, they can do that all you want. I don't know if y'all have had a chance. Before we go any further, y'all make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, ring that bell so you can get these notifications. Especially if you follow me on YouTube, subscribe. But please, more important than anything, ring your bell so you'll get notifications when I air. But our president, your president, call him what you want to call him. He's back at it again. Let's go ahead and look at this clip real quick.
For me or not.
Well, and the ones that didn't vote for your bills but run on them.
That's
too.
right.
Mr. President, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Nicole, I
much.
appreciate
It's great to have you. It's
Thank
great
you.
to have
Thank you.
Thank you. Don't go anywhere. It's a very exciting day around here. We'll have reaction and analysis to everything we just heard from the president.
I ain't even gonna show no more. So here we have, if I'm not mistaken, that was the first time ever in history that a president of the United States has been interviewed and has gotten up and walked straight off the set before the interview was concluded. He remind me of one of them NBA sportscasters, one of them NBA analysis guys that's getting ready to walk to the green board. I'm like, Joe, where the hell are you going? Where are you going, Joe? Joe, everybody knows, bro. You don't get up and move until they go to a commercial.
Yeah.
They come, they gotta unhook the microphone. Joe, suppose you...
He was trying to get up before she even finished her sentence.
Yeah! I don't,
Was it Joe or was it Joe's double?
I don't know about no Joe double right now, and I really don't care. I don't care if it's Joe's triple. They all three of them dementia. All three of them crazy. You could put all three of them together and they still wouldn't equal up to one sane human being. So it really don't matter. And then I ain't gonna show you the clip, but I'll show it tonight. So that means you gotta tune in 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. But my man's dementia has really let him down.
He's going downhill quick. It's going downhill quick.
Now they're trying to. Marjorie Taylor Greene, she had a little Twitter feed floating around, and I saved it. But it's on her Twitter page if y'all want to go there. And literally, you hear Joe Biden sitting around with the Indian people, who he actually thought was Chinese.
Yeah.
He thought he was with the Chinese president.
And Russia's at war with Iran, according to Biden.
Hey, wow. But anyway, see, it's just he's losing it in all directions. He's losing it in all directions. And you know the sad part about it, which is the good part about it, they are letting it happen right in front of us. So we don't have to, as human beings, we don't have to fall into the narrative of don't believe what you see, don't believe what you hear. We don't have to fall into that narrative. Don't believe what you hear. We see it. We see the disintegration, the descent of a man and a family right in front of us. We see the demise of the Biden family right in front of us. You know what you know what it reminds me of?
What, Ray?
It reminds me of going to a football game or baseball game and your team is down 48-0 in the football game, or 17-2 in the ninth inning in the baseball game, and for some reason your stadium is rocking, your stadium is cheering, but you're losing.
I got mute.
And the sportscasters are like, wow, the fans are going crazy. You're at home, so you don't know what the hell's going on. You know what the score is, but the announcer's like, and they're going crazy in the stadium. The fans are loving it. But you're losing, dude. You're losing in the court of public opinion. You're losing in the court of the actual and factual. You're losing. But where you are winning is exposing yourself. I keep asking myself, when is the hammer gonna fall? But then I gotta bite the bullet, because every day I want it all. I want it all. So I've come to the understanding, as long as there's more dirt to be unveiled, the more and more I'm gonna like it. And if you don't understand what I'm talking about, I think this lady will be able to say it best for you. Let me make sure. See, I tell you, I'm my own engineer, so. Wait a minute. I think I got the wrong. Shit, I got the wrong one. I always do this to myself, but we're gonna try it. I'm gonna see. I don't know which one this is, so y'all gonna have to bear with me. If it's the wrong one, it's just the wrong one.
Who's on the House Oversight Committee. Congresswoman, when we have people like you on, Republicans
right
in Congress, we press you every single time on the exact steps that you are taking to unravel this Hunter web. So this request for these transcribed interviews of a dozen federal officials seems like it's really, really big. What do you expect to uncover in these interviews?
Well, this is explosive, because the more that we learn, the worse it gets. And it's bad. It's really, really bad. And I think this could end up being one of the most corrupt political stories in U.S. history. So what we have to do is subpoena these officials to get these documents, to show some of the evidence. We have to show beyond a reasonable doubt here, overwhelming evidence to the public, because we have to win the court of public opinion by showing evidence, because the mainstream media will not do the job. They're ignoring the story, just like the DOJ did. But we need to show how corrupt the Department of Justice was. And quite frankly, we should all trust the whistleblowers a heck of a lot more than we should trust Merrick Garland or the DOJ. And so they have to provide those documents. If they don't, then we know we have the power of holding them in contempt, where there are severe consequences if they don't provide the documents. And we ought to use that power if we have to.
On the Tony Bobolinsky front, are you surprised that investigators looking into Hunter Biden's finances wouldn't want to talk to his business partner?
It's shocking. But after watching the whistleblower give interviews this week on Fox News and seeing the testimony from Ways and Means that he's provided, it shouldn't surprise anybody that they were complicit in a cover-up. They would not pursue the investigation of Hunter Biden and Joe Biden, quite frankly, to the fullest extent of the law. And here we have multiple committees now. I don't know where this ends. And I know there's been some talk by whistleblowers of it being 17 or 18 million. But based on the documentation I've seen, that it barely scratches the surface here. I mean, we're talking about so much money and so much corruption, so many people being paid off, so many Bidens with hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars in their bank accounts. It's unbelievable that this is being exposed. And Merrick Garland just thinks with the microphone he can just lie to the American people. I'm very...
Okay. So, as you can see, their job, their focus is to basically saturate the American people as much as they can with as much as this information that's coming out on a daily basis. Because you got to remember one thing. Eventually, if you saturate the system enough, it'll start catching up with itself. It'll start catching up with itself. Because they can only run from the stories but for so long. Every time we turn around and get something, they turn around and bring something out to distract you.
Get you looking that over there.
Yeah.
While something's happening over here.
See, but the
hot mic on Biden
said
that he sold lots of secrets to foreign countries. He said it on a hot mic.
They're gonna get to that. Plus a whole lot more. There's gonna be a whole lot more. So let a whole lot more keep coming out. They got millions and millions and millions of dollars to track down. I don't want nobody to get away. All of
them LLCs, all of them. What, they got 30 different LLCs that they were funneling money through. All of that's got to come out, because if we're ever going to have a successful impeachment of this man, we got to have all our ducks in a row, because we got to convince, we got a 50-50 Senate, which would do the trying of the thing. We got to convince half of those Democrats that this crimes actually.
Well, it ain't convincing nobody in the public office. They all know it's trying to get the independents and the Democrats, who can only stomach so much, to flip. Because see, the Democrats, they see the people, not the party. The Democrats, they see what's going on, but everybody has their own level of
they're thick
what they can stomach.
Thieves.
Huh?
Okay? They're thick as thieves. When Bobart brought her impeachment thing to the House floor, okay, to get it to go on, and that was on the border, okay, impeachment for his crimes against humanity at the border. Again, the vote for the impeachment filing to proceed was right along party lines, totally right along party.
Yeah. So until you get some people that's ready to break ranks, I mean that's gonna happen. It has nothing to do with their moral compass. They already know when it comes to their moral compass where they stand. It's when it comes to their political compass, when they gotta decide when is enough.
Working for the politics, or whether they're working for the people that elected them.
Well,
the people that elected them want them to vote the other way.
That's right.
90% of the cases, but they don't do it because they're, it makes me wonder, because it's so evident, it's so in your face evident. What have they got on them to make them vote with the party and not with the people? That's what what have they got on them?
On who? On who?
On all of the Democrats in Congress. What is the dirt that the CDC
I mean,
to keep them so tight knitted in their votes?
Well, you gotta remember, for some, it's mere intimidation. For some, I would say it's mere intimidation. For others, it's pure corruptness. From Swalwell all the way across the board, it's pure corruptness. The pockets, the pockets getting lined. They get lined all the way down to the damn mayors, so when it comes, especially when you're dealing with Congress and the House and the Senate and all that, Damn near everybody in the Senate and the House, they pockets is getting paid. I mean, that's why you even got the rhinos out there. You got you got these so-called Republicans who are just really Republican by name. Their agenda is far from a Republican issue. So it's crazy, and
we've got to get people in office who understand that they work for us.
Well,
they need to vote the way their constituents want them to, because they are not an independent person. They go up there as a representative of their constituents. And when you're not voting, I mean, they're getting massive calls to change their votes, but they're refusing to follow the will of the people. And it's like they don't work. I remember a special person with the convoys that used to say, we need to remind the leaders around the world that they work for us. And they're not working for us now. They're working for their money. They're working for their paid pundits. Okay. They're not working for the people that elected them. And that's where I get so angry and so peed off that, wait a minute, you were put there by the people to do what the people want you to do, not what you want to do.
Well, once we get these old guards out of there, hopefully that's something that we can get to. For the second day in a row, moving on with the Supreme Court, I like it because with everything that's going on, we sit back and we question how our justice system is working on say the lower levels, like in the streets and in communities and in the cities and stuff like that. But what we have to do also at the same time is pay attention at how the Supreme Court is passing legislation that at the high level has a great impact on this country. Now, we seen the other day the Supreme Court knock down affirmative action, which I believe was a brilliant thing to do. Back in the day, back in the day, I could see them doing it, because we got to remember, back in the day, there was a lot more percentage of white people in America, so the minority parts of it were smaller, and they were having a more difficult time getting into jobs, getting into careers, getting into universities, things of that nature. But now that we fast forward years later, we see America as now being probably the most diverse country on the planet, with a multitude of nationalities. We see the whites as now almost becoming a minority, the way things are going. So why do we need affirmative action anymore? Because now we have a bigger fishbowl. More people have opportunities now. It's not like it was back in the day. Everybody should be judged off of their merits now, and not off the color of their skin. Yeah, and their character and their test scores. You get in, you get in. You don't. Work a little harder.
Yeah.
Work a little harder. I was listening to a gentleman the other day talk about how black people don't need affirmative action when it comes to sports. They're 8% of the population, black men, but 80% of basketball, football. But you need affirmative action when it comes to education. No. Apply the same skills like you do on the ball fields to the classroom. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. So, what we're gonna talk about these Trump tapes. I know you've heard Mama Mona about the leaking of the well.
With
They're
him
leaked.
talking to his staffer, yeah, about papers. Yeah, I've heard it.
Yeah, they're leaks. Now, the thing that gets me, it isn't what Trump is saying on there, because it's nothing really. They make something out of everything. Once again, we see how somebody can blatantly commit a felony and get away with it. See this, and I just point this out to just shed more light on the two-tier justice system that we live in. It's not the fact that the tape with Trump was leaked. No, that's not the problem with me. The problem with me is how you have the mainstream media pushing it, something that's illegal. You got politicians pushing it, an illegal act. They're pushing an illegal act.
They're spinning it their own way. It's just like when you were talking about Penny, okay? They're saying that he choked the man out, and the coroner's sitting there saying the man did not die from being choked out. But
America, wake up.
About that, you're not going to hear the coroner's report on mainstream media. You're not going to hear it because it doesn't fit their narrative.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But getting back to the Supreme Court, so they took care of the affirmative action. And then what do? To top it off with a cherry, they come out today and all the speculation is over now. All the speculation is over. No guessing. A lot of hemming and hawing, no. You know what? You knew when you wanted to go out and further your education and take your ass to college, you was going to have to pay back Uncle Sam. You knew that.
Yeah.
You knew that.
Yeah.
But I understand, though. I understand. It's like, I ain't even going to use that analogy. But I understand, because Big Papa Joe promised you something. I understand. I understand why you upset. That's like you take that fine woman out to dinner and you whining and dining and she telling you gonna get some at the end of the date and you done spent your whole paycheck, and y'all pull up to the front of the crib and she try to give you a peck on the cheek as she slowly opens her car door. And you looking like, wait a minute. But that's not what you said, though. That's not what you said, Big Papa Joe.
Well, you see, another thing on the Supreme Court, they refused to take up the case versus Biden. I read that in the paper today. They refused to take up that case. The College of Ozarks was suing the Biden administration for trying to force them to put men in women's dorms. put men in women's bathrooms at a Christian college. And the Supreme Court refused to take up the case.
Supreme Court also. See, Supreme Court, you getting your just due today. You getting your props today. We giving you your flowers today, Supreme Court. And Supreme Court also upheld them people for not having to make that birthday cake. Or that wedding cake. Or whatever cake it was for the gay couple. See, you got to understand one thing. If they would have went to like a Hallmark, or if they would have went to some big conglomerate, some big, cake place manufacturer somewhere, they would have had to do that. They would have had some type of argument. But you can't go to somebody's private business and tell them to do something that they don't morally feel right in doing. That's like you going to a tattoo parlor that's like I got a tattoo business and I run it out of my shop and you come to my tattoo and you say I want a picture of the devil on my arm and I say no, I ain't gonna do that, and then you go and try to sue me. You can't do that, bruh.
I mean, we used to have a sign in our restaurant that says we have the right to refuse service to anyone for any reason because we own that restaurant.
That's right. You might not like it. But that's the law of the land.
Yeah.
You might not like it, but that's the law of the land. But you know what, people? Before y'all get your panties in the wine, let me let you know what great favor the Supreme Court did, not just for you, but for your grandkids. Because check this out. 26 million people already applied for the federal relief, which would forgive up to $20,000. Now, 40 million people were eligible. That total is 66 million people. So, if you do the math, which I went to my phone and I did it earlier because I don't want you to think I did it myself. We are talking...
Everybody, I've got company just arrived, so I'm going to have to leave here.
Okay. Thank you, Mama Mona.
And
all right, Buck Tussler.
I got your back, baby. I got your back.
Love you. You take care. So, do you know what that did? That actually saved the American people $1,200,000,000,000. How many generations do you think would have been paying that off? I know me personally, I don't want to pay back nobody's debt. I know you don't want to pay back nobody's debt. If you didn't accumulate it, I know you ain't trying to pay it back. That's just common sense. That's just common sense. So, kudos to the Supreme Court for doing what they basically are supposed to do. So, moving right along, y'all make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, ring that bell so y'all can get them instant notifications. So, where else are we moving on to today? Oh, so, we've been talking about Hunter Biden. Or, not recently. But, anyway, we was talking about Hunter Biden. And, a lot of people seem to... Let me wet my whistle here. Make sure you grab yourself some coffee. A lot of people seem to have their panties in the wine because Hunter Biden got a little slap on the wrist. And we have to remember there's a lady that is a federal judge that Hunter Biden has to go in front of. And this lady was put in there by nobody other than himself, Donald Trump. Now, it's being said, it's speculation, that this plea deal does not have to be honored. And any of you out there that know anything about anything law-wise, if information is withheld during the process of a plea deal, the judge in all their power has all authority to disregard the plea deal. So Hunter Biden, you're not out of the woods, brother. You're not out of the woods yet. And the hits seem to just keep on coming. Hunter, I told you years ago, brother, I would be waiting. When a lot of others thought for some reason that what we were saying was conspiracy theories and everything from the laptop to all the way up to today with what's going on. Anybody else other than Hunter Biden would have been done. Any family other than the Biden family would have been done. You know, ever since the Democrats have been doing what they've been trying to do, and if you really think back at it and look on it, everything they've tried to do has backfired on them. So now, and this is my opinion, it seems to be, and it seems to me, that the Civil War that the Democrats was hoping would take place within America, oh, it's getting ready to take place in America. But you know what? It's getting ready to take place within the Democratic Party. Oh, yeah. I see it coming. I see it coming. I see it coming by the way of a man called Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and his followers. Junior, R.F.K. Jr., brother, keep making noise out there. Keep poking Papa Joe. Keep poking the bear. Keep letting America know how they won't let you debate Joe Biden. Keep letting the Democratic side of America see and know that they too don't have a voice when it comes down to it. Keep making them aware. Your numbers keep climbing slowly but surely. So, this might be a blessing in disguise, as far as I'm concerned. R.F.K. Jr. brings the divide in the Democratic Party. Oh, well. And what else do we have? Oh, before I get off Hunter, latest news with the Hunter baby mama drama. London Roberts has dropped her request. London Roberts is the mother of Hunter's baby. She has dropped her request for Navy Joan London to get the Biden name. But what baby Joan does get is some Hunter Biden paintings. Now, I don't know how well that flies over because actually, Baby Joan, her paintings are probably better than Hunter's. So she gonna, that's probably where Hunter learned how to paint from. We don't know. I figure I'd throw that in there. Before we go, and you drop your comments, and I'll read them in the comment section later. But really, you have to ask yourself, what does China have on Joe Biden and the Biden family that would allow him to put everything China before everything America? Now it comes out that the DOJ agrees with China buying land around our military sites. Forget the 354,235 acres they already own. Now the DOJ wants to allow them to acquire land around our military facilities. And they want to come out publicly and now say that the Chinese aircraft balloon that came over and spied on us for days, they want to confirm that it didn't receive and transmit technology back. They're not going to deny that it didn't receive. They're going to deny that it didn't transmit it back. How do they know? And you should be asking the same question, America. So, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. But your man will be back this evening. With some more, unfortunately, sad situations going on in this country. Hopefully I can find some bright side somewhere. But hey, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. So remember, like, share, subscribe. You know where to find your man. YouTube, Facebook, MeWe, Instagram, Twitter, Rumble, Twitch. I'm there. Patriots Lab Uncensored. Like, share, subscribe. In the meantime, in between time, deuces. I am out, yo.